that has a protective effect. So, welcome to Cambridge Community Television, What We Should Know, coming to you from Cambridge, Massachusetts. This evening's program is going to be an interview with David Lowry, accomplished painter and local artist with deep roots in Massachusetts. David Lowry returned from Vietnam in the late 1960s to begin his recovery and a career as a painter at Fenway Studios in Boston, Massachusetts. David is an accomplished painter and member of the Massachusetts Guild of Fine Artists, who received an award last month for a self-portrait, double-framed self-portrait, which hopefully he will be able to say something about today. David has also been awarded a sabbatical to paint in one of Europe's most picturesque cities this summer. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce David Lowry. Welcome, David.
Thank you. What I really like to talk about this evening is a subject that's not really addressed and should be addressed by artists. That is artist workspace, the studio. And I'd like to very briefly just go through how studios evolved. And as we live in a world now where there's a much broader range of art styles and how one approaches work, I'm afraid that we're losing sight of how traditional painters worked in their workspace. And I'd just like to have a small discussion on these rooms that were very carefully evolved and thought out to be ideal working space for accomplished artists. And that's what I want to talk about this evening.
So where will you begin, David?
Well, for me, traditional painting started in Europe. Western European painting started in two centers, Italy and the Low Countries. So I'm just going to start with, we have an image of Rembrandt's studio in this house in Amsterdam. And just looking at the Dutch point of view, because the Dutch were realist painters, and the Italians tend to be more idealistic in their interpretation of nature. So I'm sticking with the Dutch school and how studio spaces evolved, came from Europe and evolved in America, and in particularly Boston. So